one ingredient. That is all real milk should need. But walk into an American grocery store today, and the dairy aisle is no longer that simple. Some premium brands charge several dollars more while sourcing through the same industrial system used by cheaper products. Some organic cartons reveal very little about pasture access or the farm supplying them. Other products promise superior nutrition, even though the processing and sourcing details are printed in tiny letters or never disclosed at all. Today, Golden Menu is investigating 11 popular milk products that may not fully deserve the trust their labels receive. Then, we will reveal 9 better choices that offer clearer sourcing and stronger standards. One affordable option near the end may surprise you, so watch carefully before buying your next carton. Welcome back to Golden Menu, where we investigate the foods American families bring home every day. Before we begin, subscribe and tell us which milk is currently in your refrigerator. It may appear on this list. Brand number 1. Fairlife Whole Milk. Fairlife is the premium milk, with more protein and less sugar. Athletes choose it, families trust it, and shoppers pay extra because the polished packaging suggests a better product. The filtration benefits are real, but in 2019, an undercover investigation by Animal Recovery Mission recorded disturbing treatment of calves at Fair Oaks Farms in Indiana, a supplier connected to Fairlife. The footage showed calves being struck, kicked, and handled violently by workers. Fairlife, which is owned by Coca-Cola, condemned the abuse, stopped accepting milk from the farm, and announced additional animal welfare measures. The farm also dismissed workers and promised changes. Yet the footage exposed a question premium packaging could not answer. Were customers paying only for more protein, or did they believe the higher price also represented better farming? Fairlife delivers a different nutritional profile, but that does not automatically guarantee stronger treatment throughout every part of its supply chain. If you buy Fairlife, comment below and tell us why. Is it the protein, the lower sugar, or the premium image? The next brand earned American loyalty for generations. Then its bankruptcy revealed the industrial operation behind that familiar name. Brand number 2. Dean Foods Whole Milk. For generations, Dean Foods was one of the most familiar names in American refrigerators. It was simply the milk families had always purchased. Then, in 2019, Dean Foods filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, revealing more about the enormous business operating behind that familiar name. Dean Foods had expanded by acquiring regional dairy brands and moving production into a large, centralized processing network. The cartons continued to feel local, but the operation behind them had become increasingly industrial. Shoppers looking for detailed information about individual supplying farms, pasture access, animal welfare inspections, or standards beyond basic requirements often found little publicly available information. There was no clearly published farm-level welfare certification covering every Dean Foods product. Processing methods could also vary across the product range, forcing consumers to inspect each carton instead of trusting the name alone. Seniors who had purchased Dean Foods for decades were relying on familiarity. Younger families often chose it because their parents had done the same, but familiarity is not proof of quality or transparency. If your family still buys the same milk you drank as a child, press the like button and share its name in the comments. The next brand carries something even more persuasive than tradition. It carries the green organic seal that millions of American parents treat as a complete guarantee. Brand number 3, the Green Horizon Organic Whole Milk, the United States Department of Agriculture Organic Seal, make this one of the most trusted choices in the dairy aisle. Parents pay more because they imagine cows grazing freely on open pasture. Pregnant women and health-conscious families choose it because the seal feels like a complete guarantee. But organic certification has a narrower meaning than many shoppers realize. Horizon and other large organic dairy operations have faced scrutiny over how pasture requirements were interpreted and enforced. Organic standards require qualifying cows to receive pasture access during the grazing season, but compliance depends on records, inspections, and oversight across an enormous supply network. That creates a gap between what the regulation requires and what consumers picture. A farm may satisfy certification requirements while looking very different from the small, pasture-centered farm suggested by the packaging. This does not mean Horizon is fake organic milk. It means the seal verifies specific standards, not every assumption shoppers attach to the word organic. Consumers may receive certified organic milk, while paying for a farming image the label does not fully guarantee. When you see the organic seal, do you assume the cows spend most of their lives on grass? Tell us in the comments, and subscribe to Golden Menu for more investigations into confusing food labels. The next brand follows credible organic farming standards, but one processing decision changes the final product before it reaches your refrigerator. Brand number 4, Organic Valley Ultra Pasteurized Milk. Organic Valley is a genuine, farmer-owned cooperative with credible organic requirements, pasture standards, and restrictions on synthetic growth hormones. That is exactly why the processing method deserves attention. Ultra-pasteurization heats milk to a considerably higher temperature than traditional pasteurization. This destroys harmful microorganisms and gives unopened milk a much longer refrigerated shelf life. But higher heat can also change the flavor, alter the structure of certain proteins, and reduce small amounts of some heat-sensitive vitamins. The milk remains safe and nutritious. It still provides protein, calcium, and other essential nutrients. The real question is whether shoppers paying a premium for carefully produced organic milk also want a product processed primarily for extended shelf life. The farming behind Organic Valley may be strong, but not every product carrying the name is processed identically. Look closely at the carton. If it says ultra-pasteurized, the milk received more intensive heat treatment. If you prefer less processing and a fresher taste, search for a traditionally pasteurized option instead. Check your refrigerator and tell us which term appears on your milk carton. Your answer may help other viewers notice a detail they have been overlooking. And subscribe to Golden Menu if you want labels explained without the marketing confusion. The next product is one of the cheapest milks in the most visited retail chain in America. Its low price reflects the standards operating behind it. Brand number 5, Great Value Whole Milk. This is one of the most affordable milk options at Walmart, chosen by families trying to control grocery costs while food prices continue rising. The concern is not that shoppers are making a careless decision. For many households, it is the only realistic choice their budget allows. The concern is transparency. Great Value milk can be supplied by different regional processors, so the source may vary depending on where it is purchased. The label generally provides little information about the individual farms, pasture access, or animal welfare standards behind the milk. Shoppers receive a product that meets legal requirements, but they are given few details about whether the supplying farms follow standards. Children may drink this milk every morning, while seniors on fixed incomes may pour it into coffee or cereal every day. A low price does not automatically make milk unsafe or nutritionally worthless. But consumers should understand what the price may not include, such as detailed farm traceability or independently published welfare standards. If Great Value is the milk your household buys, comment below and tell us whether price is the main reason. There is no judgment here. Your answer shows what American families are facing at the grocery store. The next brand charges considerably more because it solves a real digestive problem. But that added enzyme does not necessarily improve the sourcing behind the milk. Brand number 6, Lactaid Whole Milk. Lactaid gave millions of lactose-intolerant Americans the opportunity to enjoy dairy milk again. The added lactase enzyme breaks down lactose, making the milk easier to digest for many people who experience discomfort after drinking conventional milk. That benefit is genuine. But improved digestibility does not automatically mean improved sourcing. Standard Lactaid whole milk begins with conventional dairy milk before the lactase enzyme is added. Public information about individual supplying farms, pasture access, and animal welfare standards can remain limited. The enzyme changes how the body digests the lactose. It does not change how the cows were raised or make the original milk organic. Lactaid also costs considerably more than many conventional products. Customers are primarily paying for the enzyme treatment and the convenience of lactose-free dairy, not necessarily for higher farming standards. That distinction may be overlooked by seniors and families who assume a higher price always indicates a completely premium product. If Lactaid helps you enjoy milk without digestive discomfort, its added cost may be worthwhile. Just understand exactly which benefit you are purchasing. Do you drink Lactaid or another lactose-free brand? Share your experience in the comments. And press the like button if you want Golden Menu to compare more products designed for people with dietary sensitivities. The next brand has been part of Midwestern kitchens for more than a century. Its regional identity feels local, but the corporation operating behind it is much larger than many loyal customers realize. Brand number 7. Kemps Whole Milk. The familiar cow mascot and regional name have appeared on Midwestern kitchen tables for more than a century. To many families, Kemps feels local, dependable, and closely connected to the communities where it is sold. But Kemps is owned by Dairy Farmers of America, the largest dairy cooperative in the United States. It collects and processes milk from thousands of farms through an enormous national network. That does not automatically make Kemps poor quality milk. However, the regional appearance can create expectations of local accountability that the label does not fully support. Consumers searching for detailed welfare standards covering individual farms supplying Kemps branded milk may find limited public information. The carton also does not provide the complete farming history behind every gallon. Midwestern seniors may continue purchasing Kemps because the name feels like part of their community. Yet a familiar mascot does not reveal how large the operation behind it has become. The regional identity remained. The ownership and supply network expanded far beyond what many shoppers imagine. Does the milk brand in your area still belong to a local company? Check the label and share what you discover in the comments. Subscribe to Golden Menu if you want us to investigate another regional brand that your family trusts. The next product is served in school cafeterias across America, where its placement suggests inside that familiar brown carton deserves a much closer look. Brand number 8. TruMoo Chocolate Milk. This is the brown carton found on school lunch trays across America. Because schools serve it beside fruit and other meal items, children and parents may assume it is nutritionally equal to plain milk. TruMoo begins with dairy milk and still provides protein, calcium, and important nutrients. But it also contains cocoa and added sugar. That added sweetness can make milk more appealing to children who refuse the plain version. At the same time, drinking flavored milk regularly can contribute to a pattern in which children expect everyday beverages to taste sweet. The concern is not that one carton is automatically dangerous. It is how frequently children consume added sugar from products presented as routine nutritional choices. Parents may assume the school has already evaluated every detail. Schools may focus on encouraging milk consumption. Meanwhile, the amount of added sugar can receive far less attention than the vitamins advertised on the carton. If your child or grandchild drinks chocolate milk at school, check the nutrition label and compare it with plain milk. Tell us in the comments which one your family chooses, and like this video if schools should provide clearer information about added sugar. The next product is marketed as the future of milk, but its position in the dairy case can make consumers believe two nutritionally different products are interchangeable. Brand number 9, Silk Dairy-Free Whole Milk. Despite the name and its placement in the dairy case, this is not dairy milk. It is a plant-based beverage formulated to provide a creamy texture and a nutritional profile intended to compete with whole milk. Silk adds nutrients, such as calcium and vitamins, to help create that comparison. Depending on the specific product, the protein source and amount may also differ considerably from dairy milk. That difference matters. Dairy milk naturally provides a complete combination of essential amino acids. Some plant-based alternatives provide less protein, while others require added ingredients to approach a similar nutritional profile. This does not make Silk a bad choice for everyone. People avoiding dairy for allergies, lactose intolerance, ethical concerns, or personal preference may find it useful. But shoppers should not assume that every plant-based product is nutritionally identical to cow milk simply because it is sold beside it. Compare the protein, added sugar, calcium, vitamins, and ingredient list before deciding. Are you drinking dairy milk or a plant-based alternative? Write your choice in the comments and tell us why you made the switch. Subscribe if you want Golden Menu to investigate the best and worst plant-based milks next. The following brand has earned American trust for more than a century, but most of that reputation came from butter, not from the milk now benefiting from the same familiar name. Brand number 10, Land O'Lakes Whole Milk. Land O'Lakes has occupied American kitchens for more than a century. Its butter became the foundation of that reputation. Families recognized the packaging, used it in traditional recipes, and gradually learned to trust the company name across multiple generations. That trust later extended to fluid milk. But a company known for making one respected product does not automatically apply identical sourcing standards to everything carrying its name. Land O'Lakes operates as a farmer-owned cooperative. That structure gives agricultural producers a role in the organization, but it does not necessarily mean every individual farm follows standards beyond the conventional dairy baseline. Consumers searching for a clearly published, independent animal welfare certification covering the entire fluid milk range may not find the level of detail they expect. Creates continuity between the butter and the milk. The supply chains and production standards, however, should be evaluated separately. Families and seniors may purchase Land O'Lakes milk because the butter earned their confidence long ago. But reputation can move from one product to another much faster than evidence. One excellent product does not guarantee that every other product deserves the same loyalty. Do you trust certain food brands across every category? Tell us which company has earned that level of confidence from your family. Then press the like button if Golden Menu should investigate its other products. The next milk also uses a powerful symbol of reassurance. It carries the organic seal and costs less than major organic brands, but the farms supplying it often remain completely invisible to the shopper. Brand number 11, Store Brand Organic Milk. It costs less than the major organic names while carrying the same green United States Department of Agriculture seal. Kroger's Simple Truth Organic, Safeway O Organics, and Publix Greenwise can appear to be smart choices for families who want organic milk without paying the highest price. These products must meet federal organic requirements, but the seal does not tell shoppers everything they may want to know. Many store brands do not clearly identify every farm supplying the milk. They may provide little public information about daily pasture access, animal welfare policies beyond organic requirements, feed sources, or the geographic origin of the milk inside each carton. The certification confirms compliance with a defined organic standard. Everything beyond that standard can remain invisible. That is the trade-off behind the lower price. Families buying store-brand organic milk are making a genuine effort to choose a product that matches their values. Yet, they may receive the minimum information necessary for organic certification, rather than the detailed farm transparency they imagined they were purchasing. How much extra are you willing to pay for an organic seal if the farms behind it are never named? Write your answer in the comments, and subscribe to Golden Menu if you believe food companies should show consumers exactly where their products come from. Now go to your refrigerator and examine your milk carton. Look for the farm name. Look for information about growth hormones. Check whether it says pasteurized or ultra-pasteurized. Then notice how many answers you cannot find. Across these 11 products, the same problems appeared repeatedly. Premium prices did not always represent premium sourcing. Regional identities sometimes concealed national corporate networks. Organic seals confirm specific requirements but could not guarantee every farming practice consumers imagined. Special processing delivered genuine benefits while encouraging shoppers to assume the entire product was superior. And plant-based beverages occupied the dairy case, even though their nutritional profiles could differ significantly from cow milk. But the investigation is not finished. 9 alternatives provide clearer sourcing, stronger standards, or processing choices that may better match what their labels promise. The first comes from a single-family farm, with multiple independent certifications, and a type of milk designed for people who experience discomfort with conventional dairy. This is where the better choices begin. Better choice number 1. Alexandre Family Farm Organic A2 Milk. Alexandre Family Farm produces certified organic milk from cows, selected to provide only the A2 form of beta-casein protein. Most conventional dairy herds produce milk containing both A1 and A2 beta-casein. Some studies suggest that certain people who experience digestive discomfort after drinking conventional milk may tolerate A2 milk more easily. However, the evidence is still developing, and A2 milk is not only the protein type. Alexandre Family Farm publishes detailed information about its farming practices and holds independent organic and regenerative certifications. The milk contains no added recombinant bovine somatotropin, and consumers can identify the farm responsible for producing it. That level of traceability is difficult to find among large commodity dairy brands. For families who have been paying premium prices while receiving little information about the source, this product offers something valuable. The farming practices, certifications, and ownership are visible. Have you tried A2 milk? Tell us whether it felt different from conventional milk, and share this video with someone who stopped drinking dairy because of digestive discomfort. The next choice proves that the same company can produce two very different kinds of milk. The exact words printed on the carton make all the difference. Better choice number 2. Organic Valley Grassmilk. This comes from the same cooperative mentioned earlier, but it is a different product with a more specific farming promise. Organic Valley Grassmilk comes from cows whose diet is based entirely on certified organic forage rather than grain. That distinction can affect the nutritional composition of the milk. Research has found that milk from grass-fed cows may contain a more favorable balance of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids than conventional dairy milk. The product also follows organic requirements and does not use recombinant bovine somatotropin. However, shoppers still need to examine the exact carton. Processing methods and packaging formats can vary, so look for the pasteurization information instead of assuming every grass milk product is treated identically. This is the lesson Golden Menu wants every viewer to remember. Do not judge milk only by the company name. Judge the specific product, farming claim, processing method, and information printed on the container. For shoppers who value organic certification and a fully forage-based diet for cows, Grassmilk offers a clearer promise than a general organic label alone. Would you pay more for milk from grass-fed cows? Comment yes or no below and subscribe if these comparisons are helping you shop with greater confidence. The next brand combines organic certification with farm-level transparency and a visible difference you may notice immediately after pouring the milk. Better choice number 3. Maple Hill Creamery Organic Whole Milk. Maple Hill makes a clear promise that goes beyond a general organic label. Its milk comes from certified organic cows, raised on a fully grass-fed diet without grain. The company also publishes information about its participating farms and the standards those farms must follow. That gives consumers a clearer picture of the system behind the carton than many large dairy brands provide. Milk from grass-fed cows can have a different fatty acid profile from conventional milk, including higher levels of certain beneficial fats. The exact nutritional composition may still vary with season, feed quality, and other farming conditions. Some Maple Hill products may also show natural cream separation depending on how they are processed. That is not necessarily a sign of spoilage. It can happen when milk is not homogenized as aggressively, allowing the cream to rise toward the top. Always check the specific label and follow the storage instructions. Maple Hill is not usually the cheapest option in the dairy aisle, but the higher price is supported by identifiable farming practices rather than packaging alone. Have you ever noticed cream rising inside a milk bottle? Tell us in the comments, and like this video if you want more explanations of what protected its independence and organic standards for more than 3 decades, while bringing back a form of packaging many Americans thought had disappeared. Better choice number 4. Straus Family Creamery Organic Whole Milk. Straus became the first certified organic dairy west of the Mississippi River in the 1990s. More than 3 decades later, the company remains family-owned and continues to publish information about its farms, environmental practices, and organic standards. Its whole milk is available in reusable glass bottles through a deposit return system. Customers return the empty bottles to participating stores. The bottles are then collected, inspected, cleaned, and reused. This reduces dependence on single-use packaging and reflects the same long-term philosophy visible in the farming operation. Straus also offers milk with different processing characteristics, so shoppers should still inspect each label carefully. Look at the pasteurization method, whether the milk is homogenized, and the storage instructions before choosing a product. The strength of Straus is transparency. Consumers can identify the company producing the milk, learn about its farming standards, and understand why the product costs more than conventional dairy. For families willing to pay a premium, that information makes the price easier to evaluate. Would you return glass bottles to the store if more dairy brands offered a deposit system? Write yes or no in the comments, and subscribe to Golden Menu for more products that combine quality with accountability. The next choice claims to offer similar organic quality under a less expensive store label. But this recommendation requires especially careful attention to where the carton was purchased. Better choice number 5, Trader Joe Organic Whole Milk. This is one of the more affordable organic options available to many American households. Because Trader Joe sells it under a private label, shoppers may avoid part of the price premium attached to nationally advertised brands. However, one important correction is necessary. Trader Joe can use different dairy suppliers depending on the product, region, and distribution network. Shoppers should not assume that every carton nationwide comes from Straus Family Creamery unless the packaging or a reliable source confirms it. That means the label must do the work. Check the organic certification, processing method, plant code, and any information identifying the producer. These details can help determine whether the carton available in your area matches the standards you want. The product can still offer an accessible entry into certified organic dairy, especially for families and seniors who cannot afford the most expensive specialty brands. But a lower price should not be used as proof that it is identical to a premium milk produced by a named farm. Have you purchased organic milk from Trader Joe? Tell us your state and what information appears on the carton. Viewers may discover that the supplier differs across regions. Share this video with a budget-conscious shopper who wants cleaner dairy without paying the highest price. The next choice adds something many organic cartons do not provide. It carries a separate animal welfare certification intended to examine how cows are treated on the farm. Better choice number 6, Clover Sonoma Organic Whole Milk. This product combines certified organic farming requirements with a separate animal welfare certification. Clover Sonoma participates in the American Humane Certified Program, which establishes standards for areas such as animal housing, handling, health, food, water, and farm management. The farms are evaluated through an auditing process rather than relying only on language. Because the United States Department of Agriculture Organic Seal primarily addresses areas such as feed, pasture requirements, medication use, and prohibited substances. It does not answer every question consumers may have about daily animal care. No certification can guarantee that a problem will never occur. However, independent standards and inspections provide more accountability than an unsupported claim created by the brand itself. Clover Sonoma also states that its organic milk comes from cows not treated with recombinant bovine somatotropin. Shoppers should still check the individual carton for its exact processing and storage information. For families who care about both organic production and animal welfare, this product provides more evidence to evaluate than many conventional or store-brand alternatives. Should animal welfare certification appear more clearly on milk cartons? Tell us what you think in the comments, and subscribe if you want Golden Menu to investigate what the most common food certifications actually mean. The next company has protected its family farm network for decades, bringing greater traceability to shoppers in the Mid-Atlantic region. Better choice number 7. Natural by Nature Organic Whole Milk. Natural by Nature has worked with small family farms in the Mid-Atlantic region since the 1990s. The company focuses on certified organic dairy and provides more information about its farming network than many national commodity brands. Its organic standards restrict synthetic pesticides in feed production and prohibit the use of recombinant bovine somatotropin. The company also emphasizes pasture-based farming and maintaining relationships with smaller regional producers. That regional structure gives consumers a clearer connection to where the milk originates. However, availability may be limited outside the Mid-Atlantic, and shoppers should examine the exact carton for current sourcing and processing information. For families living within its distribution area, Natural by Nature offers the type of regional accountability that many familiar dairy labels only appear to provide. The important difference is not a nostalgic mascot or a local-sounding name. It is the ability to find meaningful information about the farms and standards operating behind the product. Have you seen Natural by Nature in a store near you? Comment with your state so other viewers can understand where this milk is available. Then press the like button if Golden Menu should investigate more small regional dairies across America. The next choice uses less intensive heat treatment than many shelf-stable and ultra-pasteurized products. Its goal is to keep the milk closer to its original character while still meeting legal safety requirements. Better choice number 8. Kelowna Supernatural Organic Whole Milk. Kelowna Supernatural sources milk from small family farms, including Amish and Mennonite farms in and around Iowa. One feature separating this product from many large organic brands is its use of lower temperature pasteurization. The milk is heated enough to meet safety requirements, but less intensely than ultra-pasteurized products designed for a very long, unopened shelf life. This can help preserve a fresher flavor and cause fewer heat-related changes to the milk proteins. However, lightly pasteurized milk does not contain natural lactase in an amount that makes it lactose-free. Anyone with lactose intolerance should not assume that lower heat treatment will solve the problem. Kelowna also offers organic products with limited processing, and some are not homogenized. Natural cream separation may therefore occur and is not automatically a sign that the milk has spoiled. For shoppers who value small farm sourcing, organic certification, and less intensive processing, accept a shorter shelf life in exchange for milk processed at a lower temperature. Write your answer in the comments and subscribe to Golden Menu if you prefer honest explanations over exaggerated health promises. The final choice is the most controversial product in this investigation. It is legal in some states, restricted in others, and carries a genuine food safety risk that no responsible recommendation should ignore. Final product: raw milk from state-permitted sources. This is not being presented as a better or safer choice. Raw milk has not been pasteurized to destroy harmful microorganisms. Even when it comes from a small farm with regular testing, contamination can still occur. The milk may carry Salmonella, Escherichia coli, Listeria, Campylobacter, and other pathogens capable of causing serious illness. You cannot reliably identify contaminated milk by its appearance, smell, or taste. Supporters often choose raw milk because they prefer less processed food or believe it provides special nutritional benefits. However, federal health agencies state that pasteurized milk offers the same major nutritional benefits without the additional microbial risk. The danger is especially serious for pregnant women, children under 5, adults over 65, and people with weakened immune systems. Raw milk laws also vary by state. Some states permit certain sales, while others restrict or prohibit them. Legal availability does not mean that the product is free from risk. If food safety is your priority, choose pasteurized milk. Now let us review what this investigation uncovered. 11 popular products revealed recurring problems. Premium prices did not always mean premium sourcing. Organic seals guaranteed defined standards, but not every farming practice shoppers imagined. Regional branding sometimes concealed national supply networks. Special processing provided real benefits, while encouraging assumptions that went far beyond those benefits. The better choices offered something more measurable. Alexandre Family Farm provided clear farm traceability. Organic Valley Grassmilk and Maple Hill made specific grass-fed commitments. Straus combined organic farming with reusable glass packaging. Trader Joe offered a potentially affordable organic option, although suppliers may vary. Clover Sonoma added independent animal welfare standards. Natural by Nature emphasized smaller regional farms. Kalana Supernatural used less intensive pasteurization. Go back to your refrigerator and read the carton again. Look beyond the logo. Check the source, certification, processing method, protein, added sugar, and information the company chooses not to provide. Comment with the milk your family buys and tell us which brand golden menu should investigate next. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because a new food investigation is coming soon. Your family may drink milk every day. Now you know how to choose it more carefully.